Hi guys, it's Karen Purdy, and I am very excited to do this last video of 2018 for the Gina Ahrens design team. Before I start, I did just want to say it's been a blast working with such a wonderful team of talented ladies. I had a lot of fun doing this, and of course using these awesome products. So I just wanted to say that, and thank you to Gina for allowing me the opportunity to be on the team, as well as everybody else for just kind of teaching me and encouraging me, and I had a lot of fun in the process, so thank you guys. Now I also want to kind of go back to the very first page that I did. This was in January of 2018, and I put in this little envelope, which is sealed. It was all about growth and new beginnings, and I used this digi from Gina's shop to kind of symbolize that. And in the bottom it says start here, so there's a lot of symbolism on here, but inside this envelope I wrote down my goals for the year, and it is sealed so I can't open it, but I do remember what those goals were, and I'm happy to say that I have reached many of those goals. In fact, I've filled new goals that weren't even in this envelope. It's funny how that happens throughout the year. Another thing that I do with my boys every year, we do this on New Year's Eve. We decorate a little jar, and we fill it up throughout the year with pictures and memorabilia, you know, throughout the year. It could be a ticket stub. You know, I've always done that in books, but I started doing it in a jar with my boys, and we call that our good, you know, our happy memories jar. And so every year on New Year's Eve, we'll go through the jar, and we'll go through all the memories, and then if we want, we can put them all in a book, and we decorate a jar for the new year. So with that in mind, that's why I'm going with a jar for, you know, my page today. I feel like it kind of ties it all together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a jar that I can stick scraps of papers in and write down everything I did accomplish in the year. I feel that it'll be a throwback to this, and it's also going to be, you know, an end of the year page. Now, it's not going to be like you'd expect the last page in my book, because I haven't really used my art journal as much as I usually do. This year I've done a lot more crafting, and you know, I started a business where I have an Etsy shop, and I do vendor shows. So I've been doing a lot more than just art journaling, and you know, artistically I've been very fulfilled. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna pick, I do have this page right here that I've already done a background using Distress inks, you know, just playing around with them, or the Distress oxide, sorry. So I like this background, and I'm just going to use this background. So you don't need to see me do a page from start to finish. And I'm also going to use, you know, I did an envelope on that page. I'm going to do a paper bag here. So this won't be sealed up. Alright, so I have these paper bags that I just dropped. They are 3 by 4 inches. And I did check before starting this page to make sure. If this didn't work, my other option was to use a piece of vellum, and I was gonna fold it up and make, you know, a little pouch. But these actually work perfectly. So I'm gonna be using the little bag, and I'm gonna be using this stencil from Gina Ahrens' shop. I'm gonna be using the jar. It works perfectly. And instead of going through with paint, I'm going to line this up just like so, because I want the back of the jar to be on the back of the pouch. You can see how it goes like that. So I'm going to want it just like so. And I'm going to actually take a pen, and I'm going to just trace through it instead of going over with paint. So I'm going to, just any random black marker pen that I have. And I'm going to trace. I'm obviously not the best at holding things still while I do this, but that's okay. Be very careful as I do this though. So even though I'm not artistically talented when it comes to drawing things, I like that this stencil is going to give the look of it being hand drawn. See? Easy breezy. So now I have a jar on a bag and I can stick things inside the jar. And I'm going to clean this off with a baby wipe. That wipes off very easy, and there's less mess using a marker than if I were to paint, so I like that too. Okay. So now, even though this background was already done, I feel like I need to do a little something more on this page. So this is going to be the focal point right here, and let's see. And I'm going to tape that down right there. But I have to look at this page and try to decide what else is it missing. And I know I need to have a title right here. Now let's go back to the first page and see how I did that. I said, oh, hello there, 2018. So now I could say, you know, goodbye or something like that. So I'm going to go dig through my ephemera and I'll be right back. Okay, so I did a little bit of digging and I pulled out these two things, and I'm not sure if I'll use them both. But I do have this shiny doily that I really like, and I've been meaning to use it in some way. So this is an option that I may put it, I don't know, I'm not really too sure. I might not use it at all. But this quote right here just seemed perfect for the end of the year, and it's printed on vellum paper. It says, "What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us." And I think this is a very good end of year quote. So what I may do is cut this out, and I'm going to use, actually, rather than cutting it, I like ripping it. It gives it more of a naturally messy edge. Like so. Okay? I like that naturally messy. Nobody likes it perfect. That's not art. If it's perfect, it's not art. It's okay to be messy. Okay. Now, with that being the focal point, let's see. I kind of like it like that. Okay, and then this would go up here, and then I could stamp out goodbye 2018. Yeah, let's do that. So, I do have this pink paper. It's sparkly, and I'm just going through my scraps here and put that on there. So I'm going to stamp onto this. And I'm going to stamp goodbye 2018. And I'm going to do that using purple ink because, you know, it's purple. There we go. And then just to make these look pretty, I'm going to cut it up, and I'm going to use this as matting. It's pink sparkly paper. Just like that. And I am going to edge this with some purple of the Distress. So it's a different shade of purple, and it kind of gives it a nice finish. Just like so. And I love this art glitter glue. This is my favorite. A little goes a long way. Although I may need to refill my bottle. I use it all the time. There we go.